Shri Guru Bhyo Namah. Welcome to another session of Global Festival of Oneness 2023. And today we have with us Swami Shantivratananda ji, who is joining us all the way from Ireland. Very warm welcome to you, Swamiji. Thank you for making time for this session. Let us begin with a small prayer. Vakratunda Mahakaya Koti Surya Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Agajanana Padmarkam Gajanana Maharnisham Anekadantam Bhaktanam Ekadantam Upasmahe Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru-Paramparam Shri Guru-Bhyo Namaha Hari Om. Today Swamiji will be speaking on the topic Ancient Solutions to Modern Problems. Before I open the floor to him, let me just give a brief introduction. Swami Shantivratananda ji is a young sannyasin belonging to Ramakrishna order. He is presently serving as the minister in charge of Ramakrishna Vedanta Center, Dublin, Ireland. Prior to that, he was serving at Sri Ramakrishna Ashram, Mysuru, in various capacities, mainly attending to the youth programs and other activities. He is initiated by Swami Ranganathananda ji Maharaj, the 13th president of the order, and he joined the order in 2004, soon after his graduation. He took his final monastic vows in 2014, following extensive training in spiritual pursuits from the 15th president of the order, Revered Swami Atmasthananda ji Maharaj. Swami Shantivratananda ji is an erudite scholar and a philosopher who was awarded a doctorate for his thesis entitled Swami Vivekananda's Concept of Man, an Analytical Study from University of Mysore. He has authored quite a number of books on philosophy, philosophers and education. He can communicate in several languages such as Kannada, English, Sanskrita, Hindi, Telugu, Tamil and Bengali. He has contributed more than 50 research articles to reputed journals and Kannada newspapers. He has been invited by several universities for presenting papers and talks as well. Presently, Swamiji, after arriving in Ireland around 1.5 years ago, he is currently conducting various Shastra-related classes on texts such as Tattva Bodha, on Holy Mother, Sri Sharda Devi, on Ramakrishna and many others there for the students in Ireland, but also they are being live streamed and can be viewed from Air Vedanta Society. Once again, very warm welcome to you, Swamiji. We are very grateful to have you here. Please go ahead and start your session.
Thank you, Nitin. Jananim Sharadam Devi Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Murmu Namah Shri Yatirajaya Vivekananda Suraye Satchit Sukaswarupaya Swamine Tapaharine Akanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Dear devotees and dear Nitin, many thanks for inviting me for this wonderful occasion. Indeed, when I saw your email and the list of speakers along with the subjects, really, I am astonished and also I am delightful. And I am so happy that you are conducting Jnana Yagna with connection to Adi Shankaracharya's birthday, one who is the greatest philosopher who reviewed Hinduism and especially Advaita Vedanta. And also, I am also very happy to be part of this Gnana Yagna and to share my views from the point of Vedanta and its practical application. So though ancient solutions and modern problems, though it is a very generic topic, but since it's a part of Sri Shankaracharya celebrations, I'll be mostly discussing from the Advaita Vedanta point of view. Generally, when we ask people, what is life? Very sometimes childishly, some people say, life is between B and D. What is that? Life is between birth and death. Some people say. But otherwise, a philosopher or a optimistic mindset people, they say, life is with full of happiness. It is with full of peace and bliss. Only we should be ready to enjoy it and we should be ready to make it. And there are some people say, oh, it is not so. Life is with full of happiness and tears. So we should be strong and we should have a faith in that and we should keep on going. So ups and tides in the life is very common. And sometimes people who face a lot of problems, difficulties and whatnot are pessimistic attitude. People, such mindset, people having such mindset, they say, life is with full of problems. Life is with full of challenges. Life is with full of adverse circumstances. So it is very difficult to live. So this is a type of reaction we do get with such type of people. That's why on the lighter side, I tell in Kannada that some people feel, na huttidde ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಕಷ್ಟ. And some people say, oh, I have got since I have born, that's the reason I have got a lot of problems. So then they have become problematic for themselves. It is very weak mindset, preliminary mindset people with full of negativity. And there are some people who think that, okay, life is with full of mixtures of opposites, good, bad, right, wrong, happiness, unhappiness, and all. And some say, yeah, life is wonderful. It has got some problems, some solutions, some strength and weakness and whatnot. That's fine. We shall handle it and we shall enjoy it. So this is the positive mindset. So why should we study Advaita Vedanta? Why should we study scriptures? Why should we study philosophy? Well, it may not give our bread and butter like when you study science, when you go for maybe engineer, when you become an engineer, when you become a doctor, or IAS and IPS officer, that gives you bread and butter. But when you study philosophy in this present day modern context, that too in India, we may not get our bread and butter, but our wrong notion, our wrong thinking, wrong emotions, misunderstandings, misconceptions are removed so that we'll be able to live healthy life. When I say healthy life, it is not only at the level of physical life, I also mean from the point of mental or intellectual, more than that, spiritual. So that's the reason we have to study Advaita Vedanta or philosophy. Or that's the reason we need spirituality. And just broad canvas, if you think, who doesn't have problem in the earth? As soon as we take a birth until death, who will not have a problem? Only two type of people or two people will have a problem. One is Buddha, the enlightened one, who has transcended himself from all these dualities, like Adi Shankaracharya, Swami Vivekananda, Samartha Ramdas, or Tulsidas, Kabir Das. So galaxy of saints and monks, prophets, and have come in the India. So all of them who have enlightened people, definitely they may not have the problems. Even problems exist, it doesn't matter for them because they have transcended. So Buddha, the enlightened ones, So the other is Buddhu, though it is just A and U, only one alphabet is difference, but other is Buddhu. Means he's so dull-headed, he's such an idiot, he doesn't understand many things. He can't comprehend even the problem most of the times. That's why he doesn't have any problem. So either you should be a Buddha or you should be a Buddha, then you can enjoy your life or you don't have any problem with your life. Otherwise, the people who are oscillating between Buddha and Buddha, or the people who are in between Buddha and Buddha, all of us, we have got problems, challenges, difficulties. All of us, we have to accept it. Well, today science and technology has advanced a lot. We are able to go to different planets. We are able to probably travel along or even go other side of the galaxy, and internet and mobile, because I'm in Ireland, part of Europe. And from there, I'm able to address the all over people from all over the world, and especially in India, thanks to technology. So there's a lot of advancement in science and technology. No doubt. We have got a lot of benefits from that, no doubt. And the whole globe has been converted into just village. The whole globe is reduced into village because of today's transportation and communication. But as well as along with this, a lot of problems are existing, and they have, new problems also have come into picture. The eternal problems always there are there, like problem of peace, problem of happiness or unhappiness, problem of security, problem of stress, and these are the eternal problems. With the dawn of civilization, these are the few problems which are existing with the humankind. And in the olden days, probably 20 or 30 days before, we had to walk for 5 to 6 or 8, 10 kilometers to go to school or to go to office or to visit someone. And probably we have to draw 60 to 80 or 100 buckets of water from the well or tube well. Now it is not so. Everything is in front of your house, or even it will come into the tank directly. By just pressing a button, probably water is taken care. You need not to probably draw the well from the tube well or the well. So physical labor many times has come down like 20, 30 years before. So like this, there are so many problems, challenges, which has been changed, which has been reduced, which has been almost extinct, and some other problems have come. Like now today, the problem is what? Recently, I was seeing a flyer that, and the flyer is what? How to overcome using mobile, how to overcome using internet or social media. So there is a seminar through Zoom, of course. It is a hybrid. People can participate physically. If not, they can participate through Zoom, which is using internet or with the mobile or the laptop or Mac. And the main subject is how to overcome the usage of mobile or the internet or the social media. Look, this was not the problem probably 20 years before, 2 or 3 decades before. Now this problem has creeping. Like this, there are few problems which keep on coming and going in the human civilization. Moreover, if these problems, if it at a broad canvas, if it can be summarized, it can be summarized at 3 levels. The human beings' problems, all type of problems, irrespective of caste, creed, religion, society, civilization, country. So all the human problem can be categorized into 3 levels. One is physical level, the other is psychological, the third is spiritual. So physical level, we have got health issues. Again, I say that because of our lifestyle and today food and whatnot. So we have got A, B, C, D, E, F like that diseases. A for appendicitis, B for blood pressure, C for cardiology, D for diabetes, E for eye, F for fistula, G for gastroenteritis. Like that, I can go on giving the names. And cancer today, it has come a big problem, diabetes, hypertension, so many things. So we have got problems at the physical level. And just we have come over from the corona. This corona, it shook the whole world for 2 years. And because of the old age, sometimes we have got arthritis, and sometimes you have got a problem with the eye, sometimes some nausea or whatnot. So we have got basically the problem at the physical level. Then the second problem is at the psychological level. Here, psychology also includes different aspects. One is with the mind, controlling of the mind. We are unable to control the mind. That's why there are so many problems. Then with the thoughts, because I'm not able to filter my thoughts, I'm not able to have a good thoughts, constructive thoughts, or the thoughts of self or God or whatever, on the higher things. So my mind has become a drainage-like or a gutter-like or a dustbin-like. Because of that, I've got a disturbed memory. I'm facing a sleeplessness. I'm not able to sleep and whatnot. Then the emotions. I've got bad emotions, I've got ill emotions, I've got a weak emotions. And the other is the problem of ego, pseudo-ego. So basically, body-mind complex, lot of problems we have got. And the third level of problem is what? The spiritual problem, that is mainly ignorance. Ignorance of my real nature. Ignorance of who am I? What am I? What is my real nature? From this only, problem of insecurity, problem of alienation, all these things are coming into picture. Actually, we are self. I am the self. But I think I am body, I am mind, I am ego, I am emotion, I am thoughts, and whatnot. Because of that, we are facing a lot of these problems. And the same problems or sufferings or the miseries has been beautifully classified into three groups by the Sankhya philosophy, which is the ancient philosophy in the world. The Sankhya Karika, the first, the available Sankhya text of the Sankhya Karika, Sankhya philosophy, it tells beautifully. Dukkhatraya abhighatat jignasa tadabhagata hetau dushte sa partha chet naikatantyat abhavat. Means dukkhatraya abhighatat, from the torment by the threefold pain. Sa, we have to make an inquiry. Why? Sa apartha, superfluous, chet, if it be said, ekanta atyanta abhavat. There is the absence of certainty and permanence. Then drushte, visible, means sa, that is that inquiry. By that, what happens? Why do I need philosophical inquiry? Why do I need spirituality? Why do I need the self or Purusha? If you ask, they tell that because to end the suffering. We all want to be happy. We all want to be peaceful. So how it is possible? By making a self-inquiry or by making a philosophy inquiry. That's what the Sankhya Karika says. And there the Sankhya explains all types of sufferings, or the Sankhya classifies all types of our sufferings, into three types. That's why whenever we do chanting, we tell 3 times Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Why 3 times we chant Shanti? Because let all these 3 types of sufferings be extinct, or be removed, or be reduced. What are the 3 types of sufferings? So one is called Adi Bhautika suffering. The Adi Bhautika suffering is the suffering or the pain is caused by the external influences or other living beings. Maybe other human beings, birds, animals, beasts, and inanimate things. So the suffering or pain from the external things or from other living beings or other creatures. Then we have got the second type of suffering, the Sankhya list out, that is Adi Daivika. This is caused due to the supernatural influences because of the planets, demigods, celestial beings, and maybe thunder, lightning, then famine, drought, all these things. And the third type of suffering is Adhyatmika, which is due to our own actions, due to our own mind, our own senses, our own thinking, or our own perceptions, our own, samsara, that is because of my own wrong thinking, I suffer. So all types of sufferings has been classified into these three types: Adi Daivika, Adi Bhautika, Adhyatmika. Now, if you see, this is the uniqueness of our Indian philosophy or Indian wisdom. The one big book they write in just in one sutra or in one shloka. So many types of things they classify in 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 types. And within a small sutra with a small word, like say Brahman, we can write thousands of pages. That both idea or that wisdom is unique in our Indian wisdom. Now, generally, if you see in our Indian scriptures, generally they try to resolve the problems for the Uttamadhikari, for Madhyamadhikari, then Mandadhikari. Even this same style also has been practiced by Patanjali also in his Yoga Sutras. The same thing we can see in the three-tiered approach I always say in the Bhagavad Gita, in the Sankhya Yoga. When Krishna, when he was trying to handle the problem of samsara, keeping Arjuna as a nimitta, as an instrument, first he gave the Atmagnana. Because you are the self, why are you cribbing? Why are you crying? Why are you lamenting? You are not supposed to. Then when he doesn't understand, probably then he comes from the point of ethics and dharma, that is duty. Then even if he doesn't understand, when he didn't understand, then he comes from the point of world. Because people will mistake you otherwise. So at least for that sake, because you should not get ill fame, at least for that sake, you should do your duty. So similar way, now I will try to handle this 3 types of sufferings or 3 types of problems, first at the spiritual level. In Drugdisha Viveka, which is one of the introductory manual of the Advaita Vedanta, the author mentions a beautiful fundamental problem, root cause for all our problems. You may say because we have taken a birth, and that's why all these sufferings. And we die, and again we take birth. And again we suffer, we enjoy, we suffer, and we die. Then when to put a stop? How can we put a stop for this cycle of birth and death? They say moksha or mukti. Fine. Now, what is the root cause for all our suffering? Here, the author tries to tell very clearly. That is why, because one is Brahman is what? The nature of Brahman is Sat, the existence, Chit, consciousness or awareness, Ananda, that is bliss. But unfortunately, the nature of the Brahman has been superimposed on the world. So the Sat is existence, reality, Trikala Abhadita Satya. So it was there, it is there, it will be there. That permanency or eternity or whatever you say, that nature of the Brahman, we are superimposing on this world, mundane world, and we think that this world is permanent. So world is eternally existing, and we are striving to get this world or worldly objects, worldly possessions or whatnot. That's why we suffer. And this is the first mistake we are doing, or our mind is doing. And the second mistake is what? The world is constantly changing. The world is temporary. The world has got borrowed existence from the self actually, and it is temporary and it is ever changing. But unfortunately, this ever-changing nature of the world has been imposed on ourself, imposed on the Atman. And that's why we think that I am growing, I was young and now I become old. I was happy, now I am unhappy. Or I was unhappy, now I am happy or peaceful. So which is the constant changing, everything is in flux, like Heraclitus says. So that eternal changing nature of the world has been superimposed on the Brahman or on the self especially, and that's why we have done 2 mistakes, or our mind has done 2 mistakes. One is that the superimposing the nature of the Brahman or the self on the world, and the nature of the world is superimposed on the Brahman. That's why we are suffering. So this is a philosophical problem, philosophical error every individual being, every creature has done. So this leads to what? Which is very important. All of us, we should try to understand the problem of insecurity. And also the problem of trying to find happiness, peace in the world, in the objects, in the people. So this is very, very fundamental we have to understand. Why do I need a house? Because I have to be secure. Secure from animals, secure from people, secure from maybe scorching sun, secure from cold. That is fine. But I feel that because if your whole of our life, if you see at broad canvas, that's what we feel. When we are small, we thought if we get a sweets, good food, and some good toys to play, and probably good clothes, that was enough. That was all of our world. Then when we grow slowly, probably we wanted to bicycle. In the 10th or SLC, we wanted to achieve good marks. That was our world then, probably, more or less. Then slowly, then plus 2 it again. Then no, we should have a graduation. In graduation, we should get good marks. We should achieve a good place. Then fine. Then post-graduation. Oh, once this graduation or post-graduation done, then no more studies, then only work, and my life will be happy. So no more problems, no more burden of these exams, assignments, projects, and whatnot. Then at the rag end of the graduation or post-graduation, then the problem starts for us. Inside, worry. What is that? Campus recruitment. Whether will I be selected in the campus or not? Will I get a good job or not? And will I be placed in a good company or not? So first and foremost, the problem of employment or unemployment came. Then I was unemployed for God's sake or for luck or whatever. Time and again when I practiced, I got a job. Fine. For some days I was very happy. I felt that I'm relieved and I'm secure now. I should not worry anything else. Then after some time, I think, I have got a job, no matter. But it is not a very secure job. It is not a very lucrative job. Or my boss is not good. Or my company turnover is not good. I don't know what happens tomorrow. I think I should switch over to the good company where I will have a good salary and less work, or good manager, or good colleagues, or whatnot. Okay, I tried and I got a good job, however I wish. Then I thought I should have a 2-wheelers. Then you got it. Then I said, no, 4-wheelers, I need it. You got it. Then I'm alone. I'm feeling loneliness. I'm feeling bored. I think I need a company. Then you marry. Fine. Once you marry, then you think of children. Then you got that. Then take care of the children. Then you feel, oh, you start enjoying them, and sometimes you feel little struggling with that, all that. Oh, once children are grown up, then we'll be free. Then when the children grow up, then again they should get settled. That makes you to worry. When they are settled, then you will say, I did all these things. Children not taking care of me. Children not saying hello to me or whatnot. So if you see constantly, I am worrying with something else. I wanted something, I got it. Then I started worrying something else. Then I got it. Then I started worrying something else. Why? The basic idea, the base here is what? The problem of insecurity. I felt that if I get a good food and good clothes, I am secure, I am happy, I am peaceful. If I get a probably 80 or 90% in my SLC exam, 10th standard, then it gives me happiness and security. Then graduation, then job, then permanent job, or government job, then marriage, then children, then house, vehicles, or gold, or jewelry. Like this, either different objects, or people, or situations. All these things we were thinking time and again, this will give the security, this will give the happiness, this will give the peaceful, this will give the contentment. Let that we are keep on struggling time and again, at the frag end of the life, we get tired and we understand that all of them have got some meaning in our life. All of them are the necessities in our life, no doubt, but the happiness doesn't really depend on all these things. Then where does it depend? Here the Vedanta says, fool, my dear, the happiness and the peace and the security doesn't depend on none of these things. It depends on yourself. That is what we call Atman or Brahman. The moment when you know that who are you, the moment you experience who are you, then you are free from all the problems. You are free from all the unhappiness. You are free from the problem of insecurity. Why should we study Advaita Vedanta? Or why should we study philosophy? Or why do we need spirituality? Because to overcome this problem of insecurity, to overcome the problem of alienation. So that's why that's what the Vedanta says, that I am the self. I'm not the body. I'm not the mind. I am the divine. This divinity, the concept divinity is a wonderful phenomenon or wonderful truth. It gives the infinite possibilities. My Gurudev used to tell always, when you say that I am divine or you are divine, it is the science of infinite possibilities. It is the, what do you say, storehouse of the strength. It is the storehouse of positivity. That's why our Shvetashvatara Upanishad says, Shrunvantu Vishve Amritasya Putraha Ayedamani Divyani Tastuhu Vedahametam Purusham Mahantam Aditya Varnam Tamasah Parasta. Then Mandikya Upanishad or Karika also said that you are Nitya, you are Shuddha, you are Mukta, you are Buddha, not Buddhu, Buddha. You are eternal and you are pure and you are ever free and you are enlightened. You are with full of knowledge or wisdom. That is my real nature. That is my inherent nature. But I think that I am poor, I am good, I am rich, I am bad, I am happy, I am unhappy, or I am, what do you say, achiever, I am loser. All this pair of opposites, whatever we think, we ascribe, all these things belongs to duality. Either it is a part of world or a part of mind. That is called Maya. It is a part of mind, it is not part of me, or neither it is part of me, nor I am the part of it. That's why all the Acharyas say that try to know your reality. Either experience yourself, who am I or who are you? That is what Aham Brahmasmi Tattvamasi. All the Mahavakyas tell are experience the God. God can be the real person on which you can rely upon, so that the problem of insecurity, the problem of alienation, the problem of happiness, the problem of problems, all these things can go extinct, or it can be removed. It can be completely arrested. That is the beauty of Advaita, Vedanta, or any philosophy. We can see these things in the life of all the great peoples. For example, Shankaracharya. As we all know that Adi Shankaracharya, once he was in the northern part of India with his disciples, on Kapalika, he approaches Shankaracharya. He approaches Shankaracharya and he said, look, you are a great person who has practiced celibacy for a long time. By seeing your face, I can understand. So you are a very pure person. So if I sacrifice you for the God or whatever, then I get a lot of occult powers and I can do many things. So why don't you help me in this regard? Now imagine Kapalika is approaching Adi Shankaracharya and is asking for this. If someone would have asked me, I would have said, look, I am Swami Shantivratananda. I have to take care of society. I have to take care of so many people, and I have to give gnana, give to wisdom to the society. So I'm very important, So why don't you try with someone else? I'm very important. Society will miss me otherwise. Society will land into problems without me. So sorry. But Adi Shankaracharya said, come on. Definitely, why not? At least if you sacrifice this body or whatever, so body and mind, by that you are getting some benefit, why not? Please come and stop. And Adi Shankaracharya started following with Kapalika. And for Kapalika also, it was a rude shock. He didn't expect that. And he was so happy. And he was going, and afterwards, his own, disciple, who was used to do upasana of Narasimha, then he did pray. He or the Narasimha came in the form of lion, and the lion killed that Kapalika, and that's how Shankaracharya was spared, and Shankaracharya came back without any mental disturbance. When he saw lion also, he didn't get disturbed. When he was going along with Kapalika, where he was supposed to end Kapalika is to end the life of Shankaracharya, there also never disturbed. And when he came back also, there you see, there was no mental disturbance. There is no vritti. There is no disturbance, mental disturbance even in Shankaracharya's life. Why? Because they were well aware, they were well experienced, they were well know that they are the self, not this body-mind complex. The same thing we can see in the life of Swami Vivekananda. When Swami Vivekananda was traveling in Himalayas, from 3 days, he never had any meal. Not any, just a food, morsel of food. Imagine 130, 140 years before, Himalayas, how would have been a dense forest and very scanty, hardly people used to live here and there, or very few houses. There you getting food itself is difficult. There Swami Vivekananda took that I will not beg. Generally monks used to beg, and whatever they used to get the food, they used to leave. Swami Vivekananda took the vow saying that I will not beg for food. If God wishes, let God provide the food. Only Swami Vivekananda probably can take that type of vow, that too in Himalayas in those days. And in the thick forest and the Himalayan range, that mountain range, valleys, he is gone walking. For 3 days and 3 nights, he had to pay heavy price, no doubt. For 3 days, no food. Only Bhagirathi is the only food. So whatever the river water is to drink, and he is walking, traveling. And wherever possible, just below the tree, he is sleeping. For 3 days, like that, he traveled, and he was tired. Imagine. And he was also feeling a bit weak physically, no doubt. Not mentally, but physically. And just he sees 100 meters distance, a lion. Just let us imagine, if any one of us, if we encounter a lion, a tiger, what will we do? Immediately we start screaming, we start shouting, immediately we run. The speed in which we run, probably if he is in that speed, if you run in 100 meters or 200 meters or 1000 meters, definitely we will get first prize. Because to safeguard ourselves, to save our lives, we run. And we try to probably climb a tree or climb a hill, a big rock or whatnot. But nothing. Swami Vivekananda did nothing. Swami Vivekananda said, oh, my dear lion, I am also tired, hungry. You are also hungry. And I don't know whether I get food or not. So come on, please come and eat me so that at least you will get the food and your hunger will be taken care for 1 or 2 days. And I feel happy that I feel blessed. At least I was able to serve an animal by providing food for a day or 2. Imagine. In few years, in 4 or 5 years, the same Swami Vivekananda was supposed to go to the West and the Chicago's Parliament of Religions. He proved what is Hinduism and what is the great uniqueness of Hinduism, and especially Eastern philosophy and Hinduism. That monk is telling for a lion that, please come and eat this body, consume this body, so that let me feel happy that I was able to serve an animal and fulfill his hunger for a day or 2. So the tremendous confidence or the tremendous courage, how they can come, how do they get it? It is because of the firm conviction. Conviction of what? Conviction of I am the self, I am the Atman, I am neither the body nor the mind, I am the self, I am the self. This conviction, if we can get it, we can face any dangers, any problems, any afflictions or adverse circumstances. At any point of time, given point of time in the life, we have to face a lot of problems, no doubt. When we are not able to face the problems, we go to depression, we may have to go for counseling, and still if it goes bad, we try to end our life. That's why suicidal attempts, all these things comes into picture. So, but when we understand that I am the self, then nothing will shake us. The same thing we can see in the life of Sri Krishna. When Arjuna, he was a Maharathi in the whole of, in the Mahabharata, though there were lakhs of people, only 18 people around, I think. Only 18 people were Maharathis. Who are Maharathis? Who can fight with 10,000 people at a time? They are called Maharathis. Imagine, Arjuna was one of the Maharathi. That means he had such a strength. But when he saw his own relatives, when own kith and kin, then his mind was covered with that ignorance of I and mine. That is what Ahankara and Mamakara, that is what samsara, root of all samsara. That's why he started crying, Arjuna Vishada. He started crying and he gave a big lecture sermon to Krishna himself that, oh, this doing war or participating in the war is not right. We should not do that. Then Arjuna laughed and he gave the Atma Vidya. Nainam chindhanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavakaha, nachainam kledayanti apyo, nasho shaiti maruta. You are that self, Arjuna. I am that self, Arjuna. The self can never be destroyed by any weapons. Air cannot dry, water cannot wet, fire cannot burn, weapon cannot cut into pieces. Achedyoyam adayoyam akledya shoshevacha nitya sarvagata stanu achala ayam sanatana. You are eternal, you are ever living, you are the ancient. So then why are you thinking about that? You will be perished, you will get perished, or you will be get killed, or you will be able to kill others. No. So this is what the basic ignorance by which all our problems are there. If you can take care of this, that I am the self, not the body and mind, then the problem of alienation, the problem of insecurity, these are the main two basic problems which every one of us we have got that can be removed. Then what happens? So if you ask, my dependency on the world will be reduced. So shastras or scriptures are not against the world or worldly acquiring. Like someone of you are doing a business, then should I stop a business? No. Someone you are working in a company, should you stop? No. Or you are trying to get more and more property or more and more materialistic accomplishments. If you are in that race, should you stop, or should I stop by reading Advaita? No. But your dependency, mental dependency at least, it shifts from the world to the self or to the God. What spirituality? Physical dependency on the world is very much required, no doubt. How much ever I say self, I need food, otherwise I need oxygen to breathe, I need food to sustain this body, I need a house to stay, I need a vehicle to travel from one place to another, I need a bank balance to purchase things, definitely, no doubt. Physical dependency is there on this world and its object, no doubt. But the mental dependency or the real dependency will shift from the world to the God or the self. That's what spirituality. If you get a question, Swami, how to understand that I am progressing in my spiritual life? This is the blue litmus test. So, how much you are depending more and more on the God or the self, and if you are reducing yourself depending on the world and its objects, and you are increasing your dependency on the God and self, then you can understand yourself that you are becoming spiritual or you are advancing in spiritual life. So this is what the Advaita or the philosophy or Advaita Vedanta is trying to help us by giving the right understanding. This is what called ignorance, avidya, maya, ajnana, whatnot. Because of that, we are suffering. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. Ye samsare, bodhustare, krupaya pare, pahi murare. Hey Murari, hey Krishna, please save me from the cycle of samsara, that is transmigration of birth and death. Why it is happening? Because I am thinking that body and mind, and I am the part and parcel of all these things, that's why I am suffering. The moment when I understand, the moment when I experience that I am the self, not the body and mind, then definitely nothing can shake us in the world. No weapon or no money or no power position, nothing can shake us, nothing can disturb us. And now comes to, this is for Uttamadhikari. That's what the Vedanta says. Then for Madhyamadhikari, for mediocre people, they say it is all with respect to, contained to mind. Yad bhavam tad bhavati. As you think, so you become. Upanishad says, Yo yachraddhasa evasaha. As your faith, so your personality. As though Shraddha we translate as a faith or belief, but it is not so. There is no equivalent word for Shraddha actually. As your Shraddha, so your life. As your Shraddha, so your character. As your Shraddha, so your personality. As your Shraddha, so your success. Shraddha is a beautiful word, very interesting word, or a very powerful word also. The Swami Vivekananda's complete works, 9 volumes, if you boil down, it can be boiled down to 2 words. One is Shraddha, the other is Abhi. Abhi means fearlessness. This is what the 2 watchwords of Swami Vivekananda's philosophy. Shraddha. So Adi Shankaracharya defines Shraddha in that the Shraddha, that is faith in the Guru's words and in the God, in the scriptures. That is called Shraddha. And when I got this Shraddha on the Bhagavan, that is called Bhakti. When I got Shraddha on myself, That is what self-confidence or Atma Vishwasa. So this Atma Vishwasa and Shraddha or Bhakti, both are very much required for us to advance in our life. And this all depends on the mind. And the mind is a wonderful instrument. Now you see, because of internet and the laptop or the wonderful instrument, I am speaking in the Ireland and all over the world, and especially from India, many of you are able to listen to my lectures because of the good instrument. If there is a problem in my mobile or the laptop through which this talk has been telecasted or broadcasted, then you will not be able to hear me properly, because the more the instrument it is, the more it is better, then things will be better. So similarly, the mind is a wonderful instrument given by the God or the nature, but unfortunately, we are not able to use it properly. Many times, we are abusing it. All wanted and unwanted things we have filled in our mind, and we have made as a dustbin. Sometimes if you see, in the olden days, we used to have the above in the halls or whatever, a roof. Their granny and all, you keep that item, you keep this item, because it will be required at some point of time. One old rusted box, old rusted vessel, and some old clothes, and some good clothes, some new vessels and new things and old things, all things we have kept there. Why? It will be useful somewhere. It may be useful somewhere. It might be useful at some point of time. So similarly, in this, our mind, we are filled with the good thoughts, bad thoughts, right thoughts, wrong thoughts, and positive thoughts and negative thoughts. All these things is a mixture. And if it is fully good, positive, constructive, then he becomes a scientist, or he becomes a saint, or he becomes an achiever. Then if a person has got all wrong thoughts, rubbish thoughts, and all unwanted, negative, weak, then he will be a very weak person. Probably he may die, he may end his life, and he may have to go for counseling or whatnot. Most of us, we have got the mixture of good, bad, right, wrong, positive, negative, all this. And we have made this wonderful instrument, the mind, as a gutter or as a dustbin. The more you clean it, the sooner you clean it, then you'll be able to achieve many things. That's beautiful, this example. This idea has been beautifully explained by Sri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. Uddhared atmana atmanam, atmanam avasadayet. Atmaiva atmano bandhu, atmaiva ripuratmana. So this shloka, I can be roughly translated, or just I would like to give as a gist from 3 angles. One is that you are the creator of your own destiny. I am the creator of my destiny. How? Because I am the real friend of myself, and I am the real enemy of myself. You are the real friend for yourself, and you are the real enemy of yourself. Swamiji, come on. I think we was thinking that I've got some college friend who is from probably childhood. We are together and we share each other food and whatnot. That's why I thought he's my real friend. And a person, neighbor is there who created a lot of problems from my father time. I think he's my enemy, I thought. But you are saying that you are real friend of yourself and you are real enemy of yourself. My dear, it is not my statement. It is Sri Krishna's statement. How to understand that I am the real friend of myself and I am the real enemy of myself? Of myself or for myself, both you can say. They say that when your mind is under your control, you are the real friend of yourself. And when your mind is not under your control, including senses, of course, when your mind is not under your control, then you are the real enemy of yourself. I keep always giving this example. Morning 5 o'clock, I thought I decided today that from tomorrow morning onwards, 5 o'clock, I will get up and I will start finishing ablutions, worship, or prayer, or meditation, yoga, so that I will keep my body and mind fit and I will be able to achieve many things. I kept my alarm, 5 o'clock. Alarm did its duty very sincerely. Alarm rang. There are 10-20% of the people, they don't have any problem. They switched off and they slept. And there are 20% of the people, again, they don't have any problem. They switched off the alarm, they got up, and as they thought, they started their routine. And in between, we are 50-60% of the people, we oscillate between these two external extremes. We put off, I want to get up, but I am unable to get away from the pleasure of sleep. Let me sleep for 5-10 minutes. Let me sleep a little more. Today I'm feeling headache, and I will sleep today, and tomorrow I will get up. And okay, I'll set a snooze, because snooze, this is the today. Snooze I will keep for 5-10 minutes, and I may get up or I may not get up. 1 or 2 hours later I may get up or whatnot. Because my mind is not under my control. What the people who have all achieved in their life, at least in their respective fields, in that particular respective branch, they had a complete control over their mind. That's why they were able to achieve many things. And the same idea has been beautifully explained by giving the example of horse and chariot in the Kathopanishad. Sadashva, good horse. Dushta Ashva, bad horse. How the horse can be good and bad? Horse cannot be good and bad. So what does it mean, Kathopanishad? What is trying to tell that? They tell when the driver who is able to control the horses and lead the horse in the desired path, then that means when they are able to control the horses and lead in the desired path, then they are good horses. When we are not able to, when the charioteer, when he is not able to control the horses, he was supposed to lead the horses, but rather horses are leading the person in between, in the dangerous places. That means the horses are not. Means basically, again, if your mind is under your control, that means you are a real friend of yourself. If your mind is not control of you, under your control, then you are a real enemy of yourself. All our success and failure, it is based on our mind and control. That's why Shama and Dama in the Shatka Sampatti, in the Adi Shankaracharya gives Shama and Dama. Shama and Dama is what? Nothing but control of mind and control of senses. And same thing in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, in Ashtanga Yoga, the first 2 things, basic necessities, as called Yama and Niyama. Again, Yama and Niyama is what? Control of mind and control of senses. When control of mind and senses happens, then success is at your hand. You can do whatever you want. So the whole world, the whole time, energy, your life, strength, everything is at your hand. You can do anything and everything. Whether you want to sleep, whether you want to enjoy the world, whether you want to achieve something, whether you want to attain something, everything is possible because the mind and senses are under your control. This is what we have to do. That's why you see, it is a unique, rational, scientific, our dharma is. In the Purusharthas, dharma is the first base. First they have kept artha and kama, they have kept in middle, and the moksha they have kept at the end. So dharma is the base. Either you are an householder or a celibate or a monk or you are a doctor or you are an engineer or you are a film actor, whomever so, dharma is the base for everyone. Why? Because dharayati the dharma. It protects us like a mother's womb, and it takes care of us like father's care. So through dharma, if you hold on to dharma, through dharma, if you enjoy the world, that is what artha and kama. Artha is any type of wealth, kama is any type of desire. Keeping the dharma as a base, and if you enjoy the world, enjoy the materialistic prosperity and worldly things, there is no problem. Enjoying that slowly will progress, and you will be a fit aspirant, you will be a right aspirant to attain moksha or to liberate. So dharma is not only for, dharma and moksha is not only for monks, it is for every human being. That is what important. So today, again, the problem of infatuation, the problem of, instinct, and the problem of whatever we are seeing because of internet and other things, all these things. Why? Because we are not able to control our instincts. We are not able to control our mind. We are not able to control our desires. The scriptures are not saying that you don't enjoy the world. You enjoy the world in a limited way, in a discriminative way, or in a proper way, in a rightful way. That's where ethics and morality, everything comes into picture. So enjoy the world in a right way. Don't abuse your mind and senses, and don't suffer. That's why my Gurudev used to tell, eat shamelessly and suffer silently. Eat shamelessly and suffer silently. That's what the problem is. And the third is at the physical level. Physical level is what? By doing yogasanas, by having a good food, by having a good lifestyle, all these things, we can take care of our physical problems. So we have all the problems can be categorized spiritual or psychological and physical. So healthy life, healthy lifestyle, healthy food, healthy thoughts, healthy practices. All these things, by doing one or two or all of these things, one can have the peaceful life. God has given wonderful opportunity. This human life is a wonderful opportunity, is a chance. So between B and D, if you see C is there, C is a wonderful chance. This is human life, and the choice what you make is very important. The human life is a chance, and whatever you make a choice, that's what decides your fate. That's what it decides your life. That's what it decides your peace, and that can, you can attain the peace or you can disturb the peace. That's why when you study Advaita Vedanta, the problem is probably arrested at the root level, at the seed level itself. Then definitely you don't have any problem. But unfortunately, they make Advaita Vedanta, it is not practical, the Advaita Vedanta is dull or it is dry, whatnot. Many people, they make such comments. I wonder how they can make comments on this, such a profound philosophy on the Advaita Vedanta. May Sri Ramakrishna, Sharada Devi, Vivekananda, Shankaracharya, and our Guru-Parampara bless all of us so that we shall try to understand who are we in reality, and we shall take this path of spirituality, and whatever the Sanatana Dharma has taught that values, we shall hold on to it and we shall try to practice it. And once again, I convey my thanks to Indica Moksha and Nitinji for giving this wonderful opportunity to share my views on this topic.
Thank you.
Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.
Thank you very much, Swamiji, for such a very insightful, very fascinating talk and very relevant. I think the two key takeaways personally for me has been the stress on anchoring oneself in a dharmika life, and the second is on Indriya Nigraha. I think both of them are very, very important in life. We have just few more minutes. I think one or two questions are there. Perhaps we could take it quickly. One of the question is, what is the meaning of vritti in spirituality?
What is the meaning of?
Vritti.
Vritti in spirituality. So, vritti, according to the, yoga, according to the yoga philosophy means Patanjali Yoga Sutras, I mean to say, vritti, through whatever the gnana, whatever the knowledge we get, experience we get, everything is through vritti only, vritti gnana. So in spirituality, what is the role of vrittis? If you see, how do you analyze our mind? The mind is with full of vrittis only. Now, if for an example, you start remembering a chocolate, then chocolate vritti starts going. And when you might have watched a movie, then that movie vritti will be going on. And if you have studied Vedanta, then Vedanta vritti will be going on. Or if you have started meditated and you have worshipped and you have heard a very good kirtan or some bhajan, that bhajan vritti or kirtan vritti will be going on. So now, knowingly or unknowingly, we have got so many vrittis already accumulated in our mind. That's why our mind has become like a dustbin. Then what should we do now? So go on adding the good vrittis, constructive vrittis, positive vrittis, like Shravana Manana Nidhyasana, Atma Chintana, Bhagavad Chintana, positive thoughts, rightful vrittis. You go on, keep on adding, so that unwanted vrittis, negative vrittis, destructive vrittis, they will go away, they will get diminished. Then our spiritual progression will be quickened and we'll be able to advance in our spiritual life.
Thank you, Swamiji. I think that answers another question also which had come on a related topic, that how to control the mind. So you answered that also.
Abhyas and Vairagya.
Yes. Again, we are very grateful for your presence today. It was a wonderful talk, and I request the viewers to watch it again and again and reflect upon it, because it's very practical and very necessary teachings, very necessary lessons for how to lead life in a completely chaotic world that we are living today. Thank you very much, Swamiji. Viewers, don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for more updates, and you can see the full schedule of the festival on our website, Indica Moksha. With this, we come to a conclusion of this session. Tomorrow morning, again, join us at 7 a.m. We have a weekend special session on Saundarya Lahari by Professor V. Krishnamurthy. This will be a 4-session series on every Saturday morning. Professor V. Krishnamurthy ji will be, shedding light on some interesting features from Saundarya Lahari. So with this, we conclude the session. Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha.